Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which helps every novice to understand the steps towards understanding the Great Quran and the guidance of God in it. Babashuaib, the correctional officer, born in Accra, Ghana, a Quranic researcher and a critical thinker based on religion, who does online lectures based on the guidance of the Quran on platforms such as Facebook, YouTube and TikTok since 2018. In Finland, and 13 years, QBE, in Classical Arabic and MSA in Quranic Arabic. The author of the Refer to the Quran, which
who made a video on me, apart from that, I didn't want to pay attention to this video, but let me just speak about it for the sake of some people. When you see this kind of video, right, so that you understand that these people have no idea or have no clue what babashuaib is about, right? They have no idea. So let me play this video.
To be in this part of Islam is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We find some people accepting this promise halfway. What I mean, you take the Quran for guidance and you don't accept the sayings of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Whilst in fact, Allah says in the Quran to obey Rasul. So by rejecting Rasulullah or the Hadith, you automatically reject Quran. Because Allah says, Ati'u Allah wa ati'ur Rasul. Obey Allah and obey His Messenger. So this would help for you to fulfill your promise.
They've created their own meanings of words against the Quran by using the Hadith books other than what the Quran actually means and intends. And when I say they, I mean the mushriks, you know them, the sectarians. Most of them don't know Quran is the Hadith. Allahu nazzal al-ahsan al-Hadith, Quran chapter 39 verse 23. So when you tell mushriks Quran is the Hadith, they are like, he doesn't know Hadith.
يُضِلُّ بِهِ كَثِيرًا وَيَهْدِي بِهِ كَثِيرًا. That many gets guidance from Quran and many gets misguidance from Quran. How can somebody get dalala from Kitabul Hidayah? How can somebody get misguidance from the book of guidance? It's very simple.
What they do is they give you Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and then they keep going.
This Ahlul Quran are a group of people who accept Quran and they reject Hadith. And they reject Hadith with the Quran. So if you reject Hadith with Quran, you are in fact rejecting Quran. Because Quran commands us to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
That is my response to that video. Yeah, that is my response to that video. I cannot say anything again, right? That's my response. So let's move on to the more, better villains. I can't respond on such a video. So let's leave it as it is. Let's go to a better villain, right? We have villains that I have to deal with, so I don't need to rest with those ones. Let's go to a better villain. So I'm going to play this guy's video, Nouman Ali Khan. I want you to pay attention closely and how Nouman Ali decided to use his reasoning, his logic, part-time reasoning. And when I say part-time, he only decided to use it as a portion of a time appropriate to him but then he refused to realize that he needs it full time, right? So Nouman Ali decided to use part-time of his logic, his reasoning. And I'm going to use this reasoning, his reasoning here, to show you something which the mushriks are missing. Babashuaib is only helping you to realize the loopholes in your whatever faith you have, right? So what Nouman Ali Khan did was mind-boggling. But let's analyze that. It has to do with music, all right? Nouman Ali Khan does not agree with the sectarians that music is haram. However, he's still an Hadithiyun. He follow Hadith, right? He's an Hadithiyun member, but he just doesn't agree that music is haram. So he was looking at it from a critical thinking perspective, just as the Quran alone followers, they target Quran as we do, right? Okay. So we use our critical thinking ability. Remember, Quran chapter 17 verse 36 says, وَلَا تَخْفُ مَا لَيْسَ لَكَ بِهِ عِلْمٌ. Do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge, right? So it means in order for you to pursue something, you have to be well endowed in understanding whatever you are doing. So like I said, you can be a Quran alone follower who is a Muslim who wants guidance from the Quran, but if you don't understand any topic in the Quran, don't just take it up. Don't start practicing it. Wait till it's clear enough for you, then you practice. Because if you happen to be standing in front of God and he's asking you, why did you do this? And you say, oh, because I saw babashuaib doing this, or I saw some Gerans doing this, and I saw Dr. Hani doing this, or I saw Hamza Malik doing this or that, so I just did it. No, don't be a shippo. Try to understand first, right? And so this is why when I do my lectures, I do my teachings, I keep telling you, babashuaib is not here for fools. I only lecture the intelligent people to the truth in religion. So if you're looking for the truth in your religion, then you're welcome to my page. But if you are a fool or an emotional person, please, that's the disclaimer. Stay away. Just be far away, far away. Even if you see my video, just cover your eyes. That is if you are emotional and a foolish person. Yeah. But if you are intelligent, you're welcome. When you see my video, I want you to reason with me, right? Reason with me. I'm not saying agree with everything I say, but reason with me. Simple. So check how it's like 6-minute video, but check how he used his logic to analyze this situation. But I could see fear in his utterances, in his face. There's a sign of fear because he can be cancelled by the other scholars. They can cancel you right now. You remember one time they tried cancelling Yasir Qadi when he says there are holes in the narrative of the hadith. So all the scholars around the world started going at him, right? So with mushriks, if you're part of them, be careful what you say out there. They will cancel you. The cancel culture, you know that. They will cancel you right now. So Nouman Ali is scared of getting some chicken change, the coins he never get from Bayina Institute. So if they cancel him, that coins will be gone. So he was being careful with what he was saying. But let me show you what he just said.
You guys know I'm not a faqih. You guys know that. I don't give fatwa and issue things like that. And I know somebody will try to pull this part of what I'm going to say and turn it into something else. That's fine. I personally don't care because I have to speak what, I have to try to do justice to what I've come to understand. May Allah correct me if and when I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, not if when I'm wrong, because we're all going to be wrong at some point. And I'm sure I'm plenty wrong. Here's something I was researching for a long time. It's not a class about fiqh, so please, with that disclaimer. I was really interested in the prohibition of music. I really wanted to understand it because when I had kids, when I grew up on Sesame Street. I grew up on cartoons, and every cartoon has a theme song. You know that, right? And we pretty much all know them, right? You could be as Islamic as you want. You still remember. Okay. So, then on top of that, movies and, the news, this just in, the elevator, when you get put on hold, right? When your phone rings, when somebody else's phone rings, when there's an announcement in the mall, when you're getting a haircut, like there's so much haram everywhere. You need earplugs to exist on this planet. Like, I needed to understand the prohibition of music. I really wanted to grasp it. And there are several ahadith that talk about this issue. And the problem with me is I recognize the limit of my area of expertise. I am not a specialist in hadith by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a student of hadith for my own benefit, but I don't talk about it public. I don't lecture on it because that's not my area of expertise or my area of research. Allah opened some doors for me. I got to meet fuqaha and, muftis from around the world and hadith scholars from around the world. So in my free time, when I'm not doing anything online, which I'm mostly not doing, I go to these people and I say, hey, tell me about music. Not in public and in their living room. Like, I was just in the Mufti of Wilaya's office, in the Mufti's office in Kuala Lumpur, the federal Mufti's office, where all the Muftis sit in the office together and they issue fatwa on issues. And they had me do a session with them. And at the end, I was like, hey, can you fatwa me a little bit? Can we talk about some stuff? So I had conversations with them. When I go to Oxford, I went and sat with Dr. Akram Nadwi and I discussed the hadith about riba and music and other stuff. When I get a chance to when I was in New York, there's a couple of scholars I really trust their opinion in New York. They like to keep their name private, so I won't tell you. But I go to them and I just let loose, ask everything. And I went to some fuqaha in Turkey because, I wanted to gain perspective. The Malaysians are Shafi'i, the Turks are Hanafi. So I wanted to kind of really understand and then one of the students I met, he told me not to say his name yet, so I won't tell you. Okay, I won't tell you. But he was in Makkah. And he's just finishing his master's thesis, and brilliant guy. And he's been in Makkah for 12 years. And I just hung out with him, talked to him about the same issues, because that's not my area. I want to benefit from what they have to say. My area of research is Quran. So my first question was, where is music talked about in Quran? Nowhere. It's not there. The one place where you can argue it might be there is Surah Luqman. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْتَرِي لَهْوَ الْحَدِيثِ لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Surah Luqman, among the people is someone who purchases vain speech to misguide others from the path of Allah. And the vain speech, lahwa al-hadith, the famous opinion regarding it from Ibn Abbas is this is referring to music. So then the ayah would mean among the people is someone who purchases music. So now all of a sudden, this became a Quran studies issue, right? But Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu has an opinion, and there are several other Sahaba who have several other opinions. And fun enough, the opinion of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu that's recorded in Ibn Kathir is not authentic. It's not authentic. The chain includes someone who's considered a drunkard. That shouldn't be heard. Like, la yu'khadh minhu. So when I came across some of these, and I don't study those chains, the muhaddithun do. The people of Riwayah do. I go to them. They say this isn't explicitly clear. I was like, we're back to square one. So where is it? Okay, there are these ahadith. Then I go to Dr. Akram Nadwi. Tell me about these ahadith. None of them reach the degree of sahih. I'm like, okay, he must be a deviant. Because you can't declare something haram until you have most explicit evidence. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I can't make a judgment on it until I know better. So I go to the Grand Mufti of Wilaya. Because they're Shafi'i. And the Shafi'is generally have a view that it's haram. So I wanted to know. Their full-time job is to issue fatwas for the country. They're not the imam of a masjid or the head of a university or a famous scholar. These are literally, when Allah says, "Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum," obey Allah, obey the messenger, obey the ones in positions of authority among you. These are the ulul amr for the entire country. So I asked them, what's your position on music? He goes, we wrote an article about it, about which kinds of it we consider haram and which kinds of it we don't. And here are all the reasons we don't consider these categories. I was like, is this in English, Arabic? He goes, no, it's in Bahasa. I was like, come on. The point I'm trying to make is, even if you're convinced it's haram, is there enough scholarship? When I spoke to the Hanafi ulama, they're like, we have no issue with it. I went to traditional South Asian Hanafi ulama in private gatherings, no issues. They won't say it in public. Privately, they said no issues. I went to the Turkish ulama, no issues. And I'm like, then I was at a convention and a young speaker was giving the youth motivation. We all know music is haram, right? And I was like, I don't know that. So then backstage, after he was done with his speech, I was like, we all know it's haram? He goes, yeah, I know there's a lot of, yeah, you know what I mean. I was like, no, I don't know what you mean. We all know it's haram. He goes, yes, there's ikhtilaf. So why don't you openly say that? Like, I don't even talk about it. You talk about it. If you're talking about it, can you be intellectually honest about it? He goes, but you know, people go too far. They take it too far. I was like, that's not.
Oh, you are. Now, this is Nouman Ali Khan. This video is about 6 minutes. I allowed this video to keep playing for a reason. I'm going to take the video. I'm going to skip the nonsensical part he started speaking because he was supposed to go straight to the point. But I guess he just want to brush it off to seem that he is not, so that his people will not tag him that, hey, are you also a Quranist? So he has to go through you understand? Okay. So Nouman Ali was questioning the notion of how people say music is haram. I hope most of you have heard that. Sectarians will tell you music is haram, but yet music is all everywhere. There are videos. Because look, you are a fool to tell me nasheed. The nasheed even they play is not music. I'm serious. You'll be a fool to say that that nasheed they play, that it is not music. It's music. They have music all around them. You understand? I'm serious. Even the Sunnis, they do listen to music. Yeah. You start from the youth going up, they do listen to music. It is just physically they try to act like, oh, it is haram. No. So this Nouman Ali Khan was just showing you that secret. He told you he went to see all the fuqaha, the big people who actually passed on legislation. By the way, legislation, you shouldn't be taking legislation from this imposters. Quran chapter 42 verse 21. Listen to what God says. Am lahum shuraka ushara'u lahum min ad-din ma lam ya'zanu bihi Allah. Walawla kalimatul fasl laqudiya bainahum wa inna zalimina lahum azabun alim. God says, or do they have idols? That is the associate shuraka. Shuraka in non-literal sense, they are the idols, like people that other people idolize them, right? In terms of giving legislation. So in this modern day, we call them the fuqaha. You understand? They are the people of the comprehension, giving you that judgment, jurisprudence, and so on, right? So, or do they have idols who have legislated? The word shara'un, that is come from the word shara'a. That's shara'a. So shara'un, because it's a like plural of people doing that, right? So these idols, shara'u lahum, legislate for them of a religion, of a deen, because they have created their own religions. Like there's a Sunni religion, there's a Shia religion, there's a Tijaniya religion, there's Ahmadiyya religion, and they have idols in that religion who give them legislation. Like they literally give them laws that God never stipulated for them, but they will impose on their people. And they will tell them this is haza haram wa haza halal, even though God is cautioning us in Quran chapter 16 verse 116 that we should be careful what we fabricate with our tongues to say this is halal and this is haram in order to attribute lies to God. We will not succeed when we do that. Yes, the evidence is clear. So now, who legislate for them of a religion to which God has not authorized? Because even your Sunni religion, God has not authorized it. Your Shia religion, God has not authorized it. Your Ahmadiyya religion, God has not authorized it. What do you mean Ahmadiyya? What was the prophet and Ahmadi? Ahmadiyya? Where does that come from? Shia? Where? Which religion is that? Was that prophet? Look, Quran chapter 27 verse 91. The prophet Muhammad himself, he says, "Wa umirtu an akuna min al-muslimin," that I have been commanded to be of the submitters, that is the Muslims who submit to God. A Muslim is somebody who willingly submits to the will of God. That is a submitter, a Muslim, right? So now you claim I'm a Sunni Muslim. Sunni Muslim. So two religions combined. You are joining being a Muslim with Sunni. So Sunni Muslim. So you are submitting to Sunnism. It's not Islam. Shia Muslim. You are submitting to Shiaism. It's not Islam. Seriously. Ahmadiyya Muslim. Look at your definition. Giving yourself two titles. I'm a Sunni Muslim. I'm a Shia Muslim. I'm an Ahmadi Muslim. I'm a Tijaniya Muslim. What? You are confused. Babashuaib tells you are a mushrik and you are infuriated. Oh, I get it. Because it's obvious if somebody's armpit is smelling and I tell you your armpit is smelling, you get offended. So which means I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Because if your deodorant smells very good and nicely and your armpit smells very nice, fresh, and I tell you armpit smells, you'll be laughing at me. Yeah, you even tell me, come and smell this. I'm using the best oud perfume, or I'm using, you'll be mentioning all the favorite Hugo Boss or whatever you have, the diesels, the police, the whatever. You'll be mentioning to me because you don't smell. But when you actually smell and I tell you smell, you get offended. And same goes with the mushriks. When babashuaib is getting at their necks, they get infuriated because they know what I'm saying is literally true. But they just don't want to hear it being said to them. You get a point? Okay. So do they have idols who have legislated for them of a religion to which God has not authorized? Because your deen has to be authorized by God. Quran chapter 3 verse 19, God says, Inna dina inda Allahi Islam. The deen with God is al-Islam. Inna dina inda Allahi Islam. That is the deen with God. Let me put this a bit like this. That is the deen with God. Right? Now, but when you check the verse I put on the screen, they have idols. Right? Yeah, thank you. They have idols who legislate for them of a deen which God has not authorized. So your religion, your Sunni religion, has not been authorized by God. Your Shia religion, no authority from God. Your Ahmadiyya religion, no authority from God. Your Salafiyya, Wahhabiyya, Istiqama, you name it. Name them. They are not from God. I'm serious. The prophet even doesn't know you guys. I'm serious. So Quran chapter 3 verse 19, where God says, Inna dina inda Allahi al-Islam. That's the submission. That is the real Islam. Al-Islam. Theirs is just Islam. They formed for themselves and then concocted their own rules and, the garbage rules, like I said. So let's go back to Nouman. So what Nouman Ali Khan was saying, I was expecting he would say, I want to know what God says concerning music. But voila, this is the mushrik ideology. God is not sufficient for them. They have to go to their bosses. You know the bosses? Shuraka, the idols. They have to legislate. So he is curious. He wants to still know. Even though at that time he was being a part-time mushrik, because he's been part-time critical thinker and a part-time mushrik because he still pledged allegiance to these authorities. He doesn't want to be free, full-time free from that mindset. So part-time mushrik, Nouman Ali decided to be part-time. But even with the part-time, he kind of made sense in the statement. You could see the critical thinking aspect when somebody stood in the public and said, music is haram. We all know music is haram. Nouman Ali told the person, no, I don't know that. So it shows that the part-time critical thinking was working at that time. Because Nouman is like, okay, show me. At that time, if it was public, people would tag Nouman Ali as a Quranist. Because then he will show me, he said, show me where the Quran says music is haram. Because he has searched it from the hadith, it's nowhere to be found. The scholars don't have it. They don't have authentic source which says music is haram. They don't have it. He just told him. But still, so tomorrow you hear the mushriks tell you music is haram. Just because, let me tell you, just because the Arab world is not dominating the music scene. It's the Western side dominating the music scene. So they have to make it haram. So this is why MBS, Bin Salman, Actually, now he invites the American artists. He invites them to go to Saudi and they go to perform. He does invite them now. You understand? People are trying to pass on legislations which are not part of Islam. They are not part of the Quran. They are not part of the deen of God. But they want to impose it on people. Seriously. Do you understand? Wasn't not the same scholars you are seeing around who told you taking a picture is haram? Why do they have their pictures all over the internet? Why do they have pictures on their profile pictures? Wherever you go, they have their pictures. Mufti Menk has even have videos and pictures and so on. These same people are telling you picture is haram. Oh, you never heard that before? Then maybe you are a new comer. Seriously. These same scholars you have been listening to, they used to tell you picture is haram. And especially they will just go on the women, telling women don't put your picture, don't let anybody see you. Seriously. Hey. Okay, so let me go back to Nouman Ali. Yeah, he mentioned Quran chapter 4, verse 15. I'm going back to the video. I'll talk about that. Let's listen.
You guys know I'm not a faqih if and when I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, not if when I'm wrong, because we're all going to be wrong at some point. And I'm sure I'm plenty wrong.
So he said he's sure he has plenty wrong, right? That's Nouman Ali Khan, the one you've been listening. He said he's sure he has plenty wrongs. I'm serious. No. Imagine your teacher who is teaching you to graduate from your course, and he's not sure whether whether he's right. He's not sure. Then what is your teacher teaching you? Which means he's teaching you things he's not even convinced. So then he is admitting he has plenty wrongs. If you are dealing with facts and things you can prove, why are you thinking you are wrong? How are you wrong? That is why I keep telling people that babashuaib, when I sit here and do my lectures, I give proofs and evidences, right? I'm not saying there could not be other perspective. Perspective is allowed. Other perspectives are allowed. But if you tell me babashuaib is wrong, is telling lies, please, and you don't contact me, and let's come face to face in the dialogue, wallahi, you are the biggest hypocrite and you are a fool. I'm serious. Because that means you are just sitting in your comfort zone for babashuaib to be lying to the people, right? You don't want to save the people. So you have to be in the comfort. Oh, babashuaib is lying. He's lying. Oh, call babashuaib. No, I don't want to call him. I don't want to call it. What? Hey, Mr. Bosu. babashuaib is lying, but you cannot call babashuaib. You cannot come for a dialogue and prove me wrong so that the people will know I'm lying. You will not do that, right? So it is foolishness to sit in front of the people and to say plenty wrongs. It means, what are you teaching the people? Seriously, if you cannot be the captain of the ship, why lead? Hello? Why teach people things you are not sure of? Why? So this is what Nouman Ali was admitting. And to all those who you will listen to him, this is confession.
Because we're all going to be wrong at some point. And I'm sure I'm plenty wrong.
Okay. Saying we are all going to be wrong at some point, that's not a problem. That can happen. And that is why, babashuaib, when I speak, I give references, I give evidences so that you go and cross-check it. I might make a slip of a tongue. It can happen. So that is why I mention references and I make sure I back up what I say with the source so that it will not sound as if I'm telling you from my own opinion. Do you get my point? And I keep telling you, don't follow me like a shippo. You have to follow me with your IQ at the highest level where you can take up things I say, investigate. If it doesn't resonate with you, wait to the right time or do further reflections. Seriously. But when it comes to Islamic issues, where God is telling you this is the truth, Al-Haqqu min Rabbik, Quran chapter 3, verse 60, he's even telling the prophet that the truth is from your Lord. So you should be only telling people the truth. If you don't know, shut up. I'm serious. If you don't have any expertise or knowledge on a particular topic, just shut up. Shut up. I'm serious. Your foolishness is it bores me when I see such foolishness around. People saying, I think, my opinion, who cares about your opinion? If you don't know the truth, just shut up. Because Quran chapter 10, verse 36, God says, وَمَا يَتَّبِعُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ إِنَّا زَنَّا إِلَّا زَنَّا لَا يُغْنِي مِنَ الْحَقِّ شَيْئًا. It says most of them follow nothing but assumption. And assumption does not avail against the truth. So if you ask babashuaib 1 + 1, I don't need to say I think it is 2. Because that is not, there's no surety in that. That means I'm not sure. I need to be convinced it's 2 and tell you it is 2. Then you can now see the answer I'm giving you and then verify. By that, after verifying, you will not no more go and tell people babashuaib says it's 2. No, because you examined it and now you know the answer. So why go and now tell people that babashuaib says it's 2? No, you will not do that. Do you get my point? So this is how it works. Make sure you are convinced with the answer, and then that's how knowledge gets carried on. Right? So speak the truth when you know it. If you don't know it, shut up. Simple. So that you don't come and tell the people. Imagine babashuaib after like 1 year, I come and sit down, I say, oh, I've been wrong all this while. Oh my God. What? So, and I came out confidently teaching the people all this while. So imagine all the people who are going to take the knowledge somewhere, and this is the people you listen to. Let's go.
Here's something I was researching for a long time.
Remember, he said he's been researching this particular topic issue for a long time. And how many years have you known Nouman Ali Khan? How many years? You know him for a long time, right? Okay. This same long time, he's still researching. Imagine if he was researching from the Quran, because he said he's a Quranic, he has expertise in the Quran. So Quran is just 114 chapters. He could have finished, but he is researching it for a long time. I don't know from where, but you obviously know the answer from the garbage books. Okay.
It's not a class about fiqh, so please put that disclaimer.
So it is not a class about fiqh. You have to put a disclaimer. He doesn't want you to, tag him as Quranian or something. So he's just give you a disclaimer.
I was really interested in the prohibition of music.
Yes, he was interested because it bothers him because he listened to music. The Mufti Mengs you are listening to, the Asim Al-Hakim and so on, they do listen to music. That I can vow, I can tell you, wallahi, I can vow. They listen to music. They do. I'm not joking with you. They do. I'm serious.
I really wanted to understand it because when I had kids, when I grew up on Sesame Street. I grew up on cartoons, and every cartoon has a theme song. You know that, right? And we pretty much all know them, right? You could be as Islamic as you want. You still remember.
Yeah, I love this part, the way he says it. You can be as Islamic as you want, but you all. I love that he doesn't exonerate himself out of it. Like he is part of it. You understand? Because your scholars, they are human beings. We are all humans. Seriously. Right? Do you think your scholars don't watch Netflix? Or is that what you think, right? Think twice. They are human beings. They are not angels. Don't fool yourself. I'm serious. It's just because they stand in front of the camera and they act like angels, so you think your scholars are angels. They enjoy Netflix and HBOs and whatever. They do have it in their homes. Don't you know? You think they don't know how to live large also, right? You think all their life they will be watching Zakir Naik and so on. Is that what you are thinking? Your scholars are enjoying life, Papa. I'm serious.
Okay. So, then on top of that, movies and, the news.
He even know the sound, how to make the sound. He's telling you. Because they are human beings. They are part of us. They do use plasma TVs, television, 50 inches and so on. They also have it. You think they don't know life? They don't know how to enjoy? What do you think they are gaining all the money they are getting from YouTube and so on? What do you think they are using it for? To just be buying Sahih Bukhari books? Is that what you think? They are enjoying, Papa. Wallahi. Wallahi, they enjoy. You see that kind of drinks, the syrup and how do you call it? The syrup, those expensive. Your scholars are getting all that. They know all this, the champagnes. Look, Asim Halakim, didn't he make the mistake and tell you he drinks beer? And he tell you from Saudi Arabia it is halal. And he says 2%, 3%. And nothing happens. you don't know, right? You think they are holy people. Hey, don't stop fooling yourself.
This just in, the elevator. When you get put on hold.
Yes. Imagine you calling somebody's phone and then they are playing music. Then in Sheikh I see Al Hasim's voice. This is haram. I don't want to hear this song. Let the song finish first. 50 cents. They are playing 50 cents. So he's waiting. It's like, yeah, this is haram. I'll go to hell if I listen to this song. So let it finish. So he do this to the music. So when the music finish, I don't know how he will know the song has finished. Because maybe 50 cent song, go shorty or candy shop. I take you to the candy shop. Then this guy will just put the phone away. He say, hey, haram, has a haram. Then he put the song on the phone on the side. Right? So when the candy shop is there, he picks it up. By that time, the call has been hung up. I'm serious. So here, Nouman Ali was using his common sense. I'm serious. He's using his critical thinking ability to question this narrative. So let's check.
Right? When your phone rings, when somebody else's phone rings, when there's an announcement in the mall, when you're getting a haircut,
when there is an announcement in the mall, they don't have to be an announcement. If you are in the shopping mall, Wallahi lazim, they are playing sweet songs. They are playing pop music, Afro beats. You mention it. How is your scholar going to do like this? Say, the prophet say, if I listen to this, I go to hell. I'm not going to listen. Maybe they are going to give an announcement of your wallets. Get you missing. The mushriks, I don't know how their brain works. And God is telling us, وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ إِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجِدُوهُ فِي اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. If it is not from God, then there will be numerous discrepancies or contradictions. They do contradict their own things. The things they say. Thank you, Masur. Thank you. Yes. According to them, if it is nasheed, the music, if it is nasheed is music also. But if it is nasheed, it's halal. Halal. Yalla. I'm not just telling you to just listen to every type of music. We do, as a matter of fact, we do have songs which are evil, which can get you possessed. I'm serious. Yeah. So you should pay attention to the content of the song, the lyrics, the message. I will exhort you to pay attention. That is a fact. The frequencies being used and so on. They can cast a spell on you. Yes. That is why some songs, when you listen to them, you have goosebumps. Some songs, when you listen to it, you can be playing it in your head. The next minute you go somewhere, you see the song being played. There's a lot of things with music, but of course, they are good music. They are conscious music, songs that has message. It has a message that you can listen. You understand? So when we say music is not haram, it doesn't mean you should just listen to any type of music. We have rock music, metal music. They sing for the devil. Right? So you should know the classifications and different types of songs that you listen to. And you should be aware of the kind of songs which is always talking about calling women bitch, and try to avoid such kind of songs because it makes you degrade women. Yes, to be honest. I do listen to some hip-hop songs, but I choose my songs carefully. I select the type of hip-hop song I listen. I do listen to Afro beats, but I select the type of song I want to listen to. So it's not like you just listen to every type of music just because music is not haram. You understand? So it's just like the knife we use, the knife. The same knife can be used to kill somebody, and the same knife is used to cut in onions and tomatoes, right? So it doesn't mean knife is haram, but it depends the way you use it. So pay attention to that.
Like there's so much haram everywhere. You need earplugs to exist on this planet.
So now Nouman Ali is using his critical thinking ability. He's saying there is so much haram everywhere, and you need earplugs to you understand. You can't. How can you do? So it can never be everything is haram. No, it doesn't make sense. There's a way to avoid bad songs. Yes, there's a way to avoid bad music. Like I don't allow my kids to listen to bad songs. Yes, if they are with no, they will not listen. No, I try to stop. Even if I hear them watching YouTube and there's a bad song, I tell them, hey, change, stop it. Yes, try to, because it can corrupt you, to be honest. Yeah, some songs can corrupt the way you think and the way you do things.
Like, I needed to understand the prohibition of music. I really wanted to grasp it. And there are several ahadith that talk about this issue. And the problem with me is I recognize the limit of my area of expertise. I am not a specialist in hadith by any.
So Nouman Ali Khan is telling you he's not a specialist in hadith, right? He's not a specialist. So he's trying to tell us his specialist is in the Quran, not from the hadith. So this is why he kept going around to the scholars of hadith, just to ask them for the authentic proof as to if music is haram.
Any stretch of the imagination. I'm a student of hadith for my own benefit, but I don't talk about it public. I don't lecture on it because that's not my area of expertise.
So in a simple nutshell, he's telling you he doesn't know much about hadith. So that's why he doesn't speak about that. What about those who know about hadith? The Umar Suleiman, Yasir Kadi. I'm serious. It's a mess when you listen to those people. Umar Suleiman and Yasir Kadi. They know hadith. Oh my God. Everything they talk about is about hadith. Everything. Hadith. Seriously.
Or my area of research. Allah opened some doors for me. I got to meet fuqaha and, muftis from around the world and hadith scholars from around the world. So in my free time, when I'm not doing anything online, which I'm mostly not doing, I go to these people and I say, hey, tell me about music.
Tell me about music. Now, whatever you make an interest to research about is something you love. Do you get my point? When you love something, you're curious about it. You want to know everything about it. I'm serious. So Nouman Ali Khan is telling us the love he has for music. So he cannot stand the chance telling you, because look, these guys go to the gym also. Some of your scholars, not the ones with the big belly, like even Asim Alakan, I saw a video, he's trying to, he says you have to go to the gym. You have to also look in shape. Try to look like correctional officer a bit. My arms should be full in my shirt. So this time they don't classify you as 50 Cent, but they say you have to look healthy, good, it's halal. This is what they say. That one they say is halal. But not like you try to show your six-pack. Not that one. No. They say you shouldn't show a six-pack. Mufti Menk said it. Don't go and show your six-pack. But at least try to get some. Be fit. Be fit. Let's go.
Not in public and in their living room. Like, I was just in the Mufti of Wilaya's office, in the Mufti's office in Kuala Lumpur. The government, the federal Mufti's office, where all the Muftis sit in the office together and they issue fatwa on issues. And they had me do a session with them. And at the end, I was like, hey, can you fatwafy me a little bit? Can we talk about some stuff? So I had conversations with them. When I go to Oxford, I went and sat with Dr. Akram Nadwi and I discussed the hadith about riba and music and other stuff. When I get a chance to when I was in New York, there's a couple of scholars, I really trust their opinion in New York. They like to keep their name private, so I won't tell you. But I go to them and
they like to keep their names private for a reason, because they are liars. I'm serious. Why are you keeping your names private? So that you will lose your job and they will not give you the chicken change, the coins, the salary they give you, right? That's why they want to keep their names private. They will tell you the truth on the side, but publicly they lie to the masses. So that's why they want to keep their image aside. Are you aware of whistleblowers? Some whistleblowers don't like their names being mentioned in public because they know what comes with the package, right? So this is what Nouman Ali is telling you, how the scholars, the fuqaha, the so-called fuqaha that they have established for you, this is how the propaganda is being worked. He's telling you subconsciously. So just pay attention.
let loose. Ask everything. And I went to some fuqaha.
Ask everything when he has a conversation with them. So he went to some of the fuqaha. He's going to tell you what actually transpired.
In Turkey, because, you know, I wanted to gain perspective. The Malaysians are Shafi'i, the Turks are Hanafi. So I wanted to kind of really understand from a, and then I was one of the.
You see what division causes? Sectarianism. This is what it causes. You see, there's Shafi'ism there, and then Hanafiism here, and he's trying to know the perspectives and which type of Islam is it? Where is Shafi'ism and then Hanafiism? Where do they come from? Where? Which part of Islam are these ones?
The students I met, he told me not to say his name yet, so I won't tell you.
This guy is very bad at telling stories. I'm serious. Guys, don't you agree with me? He's very bad at telling stories. Don't you see how the story goes? It doesn't add up. Like,
okay, I won't tell you. But he was in Makkah.
Look, he's just talking to himself. Okay, I won't tell you.
And he's just finishing his master's thesis, and brilliant guy. And he's been in Makkah for 12 years. And I just hung out with him, talked to him about the same issues, because that's not my area. I want to benefit from what they have to say. My area of research is Quran. So my first question was, where is music talked about in Quran? Nowhere. It's not there.
So his area of research is the Quran. And Nouman Ali is boldly sitting down telling you nowhere does it say music is haram. He's telling you emphatically. Yes. He's telling you emphatically that nowhere does it say music is haram. But then, how did music become haram? Or how did it become haram? Or did it become haram? Let's check how they are saying.
The one place where you can argue it might be there is Surah Luqman. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْتَرِي لَهْوَ الْحَدِيثِ لِيُضِلَّ عَنْ سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ.
Now, this verse he just quoted, we find it in Quran chapter 31, verse 6. And I'm going to show you how they play with words. I keep saying it in a lot of my videos. The mushriks, they like playing with words. They change the meaning for the word and put their own meaning there. So when you take the Quran translations belonging to the mushriks, they try to put the word music there, idle tales and so on. Then they say that is music. Even Zakir Naik quotes some of these verses, and there he say this is where music is haram. No, it doesn't say. That's a lie against God. Yes. So now let me show you this verse. Quran chapter 31, verse 6. God says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ من يشتري لا والحديث ليضل عن سبيل الله بغير العلم ويتخذها هزوا أولئك لهم عذاب مهين. So God says, and among the people is one who buys, to buy the diversion. When we say lahawal, it's something which diverts you. It's like an amusement or something which entertains you, but it takes you away. La wal hadith. So the diversion discourse, that is the hadith, in order to deviate from the way of God, which means that thing is actually taking you away from the way of God. And we know which hadith does that. The lawal hadith they have is the books of Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. They are the lawal hadith. They divert you from the Quran, the way of God. Yes. When God says this, they will say that. And that's why Nouman Ali Khan himself is questioning that narrative, saying that this verse is not about the music. Because nowhere does it say music is haram. According to his expertise in the Quran, it doesn't say music is haram. Right? So without knowledge and accept it in mockery, they do take the mockery in it. They accept it. Where do you think this thing sounds coincident? Like a coincidence. That is the hadith. They tell you the Prophet married a 6-year-old girl. He slept with 11 or 9 women in one night. He has concubines, and he tried to sleep with one of his concubines, and then his wife sent his daughter. These are the stories. Then they will tell you when his wives are menstruating, he tried to sleep with them, and so on and so forth. Right? So those will have a humiliating punishment. Yeah? Those will have a humiliating punishment. Okay. Now, so what Nouman Ali Khan was talking about, let me go back. What Nouman Ali Khan was talking about is to show you that his expertise on the Quran, he never seen any verse which says music is haram. However, he's pledging allegiance to these fuqaha, the so-called scholars out there, and he doesn't want them to cancel him. So he's hanging in between. Now check.
Among the people is someone who purchases vain speech to misguide others from the path of Allah. And the vain speech, lahw al-hadith, the opinion, the famous opinion regarding it from Ibn Abbas is this is referring to music. So then the ayah would mean among the people is someone who purchases music.
So this is, you see how they play with words and then they twist words from the real meaning of the word. So they take the vain speech or vain discourse or vain diversion hadith away. Now they want to put music there. You see how they do the swapping. Aha.
So now all of a sudden, this became a Quran studies issue, right? But Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu has an opinion, and there are several other Sahaba who have several other opinions. And fun enough, the opinion of Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu that's recorded in Ibn Kathir is not authentic.
You see? So the opinion of Ibn Abbas concerning this music issue, it is not authentic. After the investigation he did, it's not authentic. So if it is not authentic, which means it still stands that music is not haram. So then how is it that the scholars are now putting this perspective into people's head that music is haram? Do you understand? Same goes with wine. Same goes with wine. There are different types of wine that you can drink. There's a one which is alcoholic. You can avoid that. But there's a one which is non-alcoholic. And they are not telling you all this. They tell you alcohol. And they go to the extent they say alcohol is haram. If it's haram, you don't even have to use perfume. Your scholars, they do use perfumes. Yeah, they use it. You don't know? The scholars, they use, and they use soap, shampoos. They have the best shampoos in the world that they use. They all have alcohol in them. And then when they go to the pharmacy, the drugstore, the pharmacy, they do give you pills which has alcohol in them. Alcohol is used in a lot of the products you've been using, but you don't know, right? So they will tell you it is haram, but yet God never said it directly. He only said avoid it. Yeah. So somebody is saying what? Somebody says, is alcohol in perfume the same that people drink? Hello, alcohol is alcohol. You insert alcohol in something. Yes, you insert alcohol, just like the wine can be filtered with the alcohol taken out so that it can be a champagne wine, but without the alcoholic side of it. They filter it out. So that alcohol is still used for other benefits. You can use it for other benefit. Yes, somebody mentioned ethanol, right?
It's not authentic. The chain includes someone who's considered a drunkard.
Oh, so the chain of the narration, the isnad had somebody who is a drunkard. So they have to reject the hadith.
That shouldn't be heard. Like la yu'khadh minhu. So when I came across some of these, and I don't study those chains, the muhaddithun do. The people of riwayah do. I go to them, they say this isn't explicitly clear. I was like, we're back to square.
So now the hadithiyun, the scholars of hadith, they said it is not clear. That the hadiths which actually give them the chance to say this is haram, that those hadiths are not clear, which means it's da'if, it's weak. They cannot stand on those evidences to say music is haram. But how come people are still saying music is haram?
One. So where is it? Okay, there are these ahadith. Then I go to Dr. Akram Nadwi. Tell me about these ahadith. None of them reach the degree of sahih.
You see? Do you see the problem? Then he goes to another doctor. Tell me about this hadith. Yeah, the hadith, none of them reach the degree of sahih. So they are still in the da'if level. da'if, weak. Okay?
I'm like, okay, he must be a deviant. Because you can't declare something haram until you have most explicit evidence. So
most explicit, what can be more explicit than the Quran? If God wants something to be haram, he tells you, lamul khinzir, the meat of a pig. He tells you directly. Yes. If it is haram, God will tell you haram. But because you hate simplicity, Quran chapter 22, verse 78, God clearly says, Huwa ajtabakum wa ma ja'ala alaykum fid din min haraj. Now, he's the one who has chosen you and has not placed any difficulty upon you in the deen. So if there's no difficulty, why go to the extent Nouman? This is even Nouman Ali Khan, the so-called Nouman Ali Khan that you have been watching. You think he's very popular. He is even struggling to find out from the hadith books whether music is haram. Look at the struggles he has to do. Go to Turkey, go to Malaysia, go to this, and then they tell you cannot practice Islam without these same garbage books again. Now, do you see the problem here? Or you don't see the problem? This is the so-called Nouman Ali Khan that you know, the popular Nouman Ali Khan. And he's struggling to find a simple answer from even he knowing the top scholars. They cannot give him that simple answer he's looking for. And these same bozos are telling you, the ordinary believer or Muslim, that you can't follow the Quran. You need Sahih Bukhari. At least get some few couple of Sahih hadiths, and then you are good to go.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I can't make a judgment on it until I know better. So I go to the Grand Mufti of Wilaya because they're Shawafir. And the Shafi.
All this because of music, if it is haram or not. All these. Whereas the Quran, you say you have expertise in the Quran. Nouman Ali, you have expertise in the Quran. Hey,
generally have a view that it's haram. So I wanted to know. These are their full-time job is to issue fatwas for the country.
Their full-time job is to even issue fatwa for the country, and yet they cannot pinpoint to you if music is haram. Hey, this is a delicate issue. This is even music. And they are struggling. So how much more the stoning to death and so on? You sit there and joke with your lives. Put your lives into the hands of these bozos and imposters and see how you end up.
They're not the imam of a masjid or the head of a university or a famous scholar. These are literally, when Allah says, "Ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum."
This is how they quote verses out of context. He is quoting Quran chapter 4, verse 59. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ati'u Allah wa ati'u Rasul wa ulil amr minkum. Those of authority or those in charge among you. These people attribute those in charge to scholars, meaning scholars are in charge. God never says wa ulama'u or ulama'i minkum. He never said ulama'a minkum. He says ulil amr. Those of command or those of authority, meaning it's issue of security. If you want to know how the Quran utilized that, go to Quran chapter 4, verse 83. It's about concerning security. Yes, in terms of the security dangers, just like in the modern day, we say police officers or we say immigration officers or authority. Simple. That's ulama, ulil amr minkum. They are the ones who possess authority over us. Yes, your immigration police or the police officers or the military. They are the ones of authority of the country. So they make sure they put things in order. Yes. And this is the logic people don't understand. Then you put this thing in the hands of scholars.
Obey Allah, obey the messenger, obey the ones in positions of authority among you. These are the ulul amr for the entire country. So I asked them, what's your position on music? He goes, we wrote an article about it, about which kinds of it we consider haram and which kinds of it we don't. And
you see, which kinds we consider haram and which kinds we don't consider haram. So now, do you see how they are doing the farq to do the distinguishment? Do you see what they do? So now, where from the word music is haram? Because if you pass on the judgment direct and you say music is haram, it means not even the Quran has to be done in the tartil form. Yes, you can't even sing the Quran if music is haram. As a matter of fact, if music is haram, even the birds singing at the back of your window, you will stone them to death. Yes, because they are singing. And that's music to your ears.
here are all the reasons we don't consider these categories. I was like, is this in English, Arabic? He goes, no, it's in Bahasa. I was like, come on. Come on.
It's in Bahasa. Not even Arabic. He is looking for it in English or Arabic. And they say, no, it's in Bahasa. So the Arabian scholars all don't have this.
The point I'm trying to make is, even if you're convinced it's haram, is there enough scholarship? When I spoke to the Hanafi ulama, they're like, we have no issue with it. We have no issue with it. I went to traditional South Asian Hanafi ulama in private gatherings, no issues. They won't say it in public. Privately, they said no issues. I went to the Turkish ulama, no issues. And I'm like, then I was at a convention and a young speaker was giving the youth motivation. We all know music is haram, right? And I was like, I don't know that.
So they went to the youth convention, and then somebody is saying, we all know music is haram, right? Especially the bozos, the mushriks you see out there, the Sunnis and so on. They will keep telling you music is haram. I'm serious. Especially Sunnis, the Salafiyah, that extremist group. They'll tell you music is haram, seriously. And yet no proof. They will be quoting even Da'if hadith to establish their point. Most of them don't even know where the hadith is written. They don't know all this. Yes, and then they say, oh, it's haram, it's haram. So now Nouman Ali is saying that he went to a youth convention and the guy stood there in public and said, we all know that music is haram. Nouman says, no, I don't. No, I don't know it's haram.
So then backstage, after he was done with his speech, I was like, we all know it's haram? He goes, yeah, I know there's a lot of, you know what I mean. I was like, no, I don't know what you mean. We all know it's haram. He goes, yes, there's ikhtilaf. So why don't you openly say that? Like, I don't even talk about it. You talk about it. If you're talking about it, can you be intellectually honest about it? He goes, but people go too far. They take it too far. I was like, that's not your problem.
It's like ISIS and Boko Haram. They use the Quran in the wrong way. They quote verses out of context to establish their point. We've seen a lot of Christians doing that. Also, the pagans among Christians will quote verses of the Quran to establish their point out of context. So this is the problem. Right? This is the problem. And this is why you are not supposed to pursue what you don't have knowledge about. So do you see the reasoning Nouman Ali was using here? That's why I say that part-time reasoning. He was using his logic part-time, not full-time, because if he uses full-time, I'm serious. He is going to stop being an Hadithiyu member and they will reject him. The time is coming, don't worry. Babashuaib, inshallah, I'll meet this guy, inshallah. His stories, the way he tells his story is boring. Like he's telling you something, then he jumps to this side and, But this is the point. This is Nouman Ali Khan, right? You saw from the breakdown I gave concerning the things that happened, that transpired, and he's telling you how he, because of knowing if music is haram, how he traveled all over the world to go to top scholars of hadith, and they couldn't present the argument. So now, you and I, let's ask the question. Who is going around telling people music is haram? And from which evidence? Based on which evidence or legislation? Where is that from? Where? Babashuaib will open the phone line later on, and I'll come to TikTok. Kindly join me and prove to me where it says music is haram. I'll be waiting for you. Let's go to another video of Nouman. And this time, this video has to be about we, the Quran alone followers, who take our guidance from the Quran. It could be this video I'm going to play has to do with somebody who has been watching me. And then they use this question to ask Nouman Ali Khan. Let's see how the issue was handled. So let's watch the video. It should be about 3 minutes video, but let's see what transpired, right?
How are you? What?
Okay, so I hope you heard what the exchange in the video. I'm going to replay the video and I'm going to pinpoint the parts of the video where the important statement was made. So that you get to know what Nouman was trying to advise him, right? Because a lot of the sectarian Muslims, the mainstream Muslims, I call them mainstream because that is what is presented to people as Islam, because the Sunnis, the Shias, the Tijaniya, like Ahmadiyya, this is what people know as Islam. So they are trying to make us unpopular, we the ones who claim we take our guidance from the Quran, by saying we are not Muslims, we are kafirs or so on, right? Because the idea sounds so like absurd for them, right? Okay, so let's check.
Michael Salam, how are you?
So he's talking about one of the relatives who doesn't believe in hadith and tafsir, right? So the tafsirs we have tafsir of Qurtubi, Ibn Abbas, Bagawi, Tabari, Jalalain. You mentioned them. There are a lot. Assad, you mentioned them. Ibn Kathir, a lot. So which one are we supposed to follow? The tafsirs, they are even confused. I'm serious. The ones who claim they follow tafsirs, they are confused. Because if you go and take a verse of the Quran, if this tafsir is saying this is blue, other tafsirs will be telling you this is black. So which one are we going to follow? The tafsirs, they are there to confuse you. I'm serious. There is nonsensical. Put it to the trash. Then they call their hadith books the hadith, whereas the Quran is the hadith. Quran chapter 52 verse 34. فَلِيَاتُوا بِحَدِيثٍ مِثْلِهِ إِن كَانُوا صَادِقِينَ. Let them bring a hadith like it if they should be truthful. They don't have hadith like the Quran. But let's go.
The group tries to understand Quran with the help of dictionary.
It says the group try to understand the Quran with the help of dictionary, which I know some of the people who claim to follow the Quran, this is what they do. They only go to the dictionary. They don't want to first understand the language, but then they want to go to the dictionary. Look, in Finland, if you're trying to learn Finnish language and you have no idea of the structure of the language, if I give you dictionary, I swear to God, God bear me witness, you can never get it right. Seriously, if you don't know the structure of Finnish language, and I give you a lexicon or a dictionary to use it to understand a written script in Finnish language, you can never get it right. So you need to understand how to understand the structure of a language first before you start using lexicons, because the lexicons and the dictionaries are based on the structure of the language. So don't just take dictionaries, put it in the Quran, put it here and say, oh, this one means. However, using dictionary will only help you when you understand the structure of the language. Yes, that is when you can utilize a dictionary or a lexicon. So take this advice seriously. Don't just go out of nowhere. I see some people who say salat means duty, salat means commitment, salat means following closely, salat means this is what goes on, right? So this is why I'm saying, for if you have this kind of thoughts and you just go out of nowhere, take a dictionary and say salat means following closely, you can contact me, send me an inbox. We will have a dialogue so that you know how it feels like sitting in the public to speak about a subject. You know, there's a difference between I think this is this or that. You come by with a word, we are going to find out how you got that word. And we are going to examine why you claim that word means this. And we are going to go through the archives to see how it was utilized. That's the point. So if you are just going to take a dictionary and say, oh, according to my understanding, I think this verse, this word, it means this. Look, words have meanings before you came to the world, right? You met the language. The language was there before you came. So the words are the word is already there and it has meanings. You don't just come and do cherry picking and say, oh, I think it's following closely. Just like that. No, it doesn't work like that. So this is why sometimes the mushriks will have the upper hand to be speaking. Yes, to be speaking. And I've seen some of these Quran alone followers, they go even on Hyde Park and so on. And this is how they expose themselves, because they can't even explain their points clearly to make sense out of it. So these people will take you as a joke because they know you don't even know the structure of the Arabic language, which is essential. Please, aware with the nonsensical statement, people saying it doesn't matter if I don't know Arabic. You need, look, if you have to speak about something, make sure you have knowledge of it. Don't go out of ignorance and say, oh, Yeah, it doesn't matter. The Quran is for everybody, so I know. No, it doesn't work like that. Quran chapter 41, verse 3. Kitabun fusilat ayatuhu Qur'anan Arabiyan liqawmi ya'lamun. You have to know. You have to have knowledge. It's not about, oh, I just, I'm following the Quran, so it's for everybody. I can just understand. God says, do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. You don't have knowledge, don't fool yourself. It is not a lexicon. That lexicon, most of the people are using Edward Lane's lexicon. Edward Lane was not even an Arabian. Do you understand? He just went to do his study in Egypt, and then he gathered some vocabularies and so on, and then you think that's where you find things. This doesn't work that way. Seriously.
Hence coming out with weird explanations. They don't believe in.
And I agree. We do have the Quran alone followers, some of them who come out with weird explanations. Very, very weird. I'm serious. Weird explanations. Yeah. And this is why I would love to have a direct discussion. And don't get me wrong. I don't want private. I want it publicly. Because whatever you think you know, and you sit far away and say babashuaib is wrong because he does rituals, he does these, out of your foolishness, thinking rituals is wrong, then you come and let's sit down and let's examine if Islam started with you. Because Islam didn't start with you, it started with prophets before you. So let's see what the prophets did. Did they do something of ritualistic form? Yeah, they did. Because any customary procedure you have to do repeatedly becomes a ritual. Yes, unless if you are shallow-minded in English language, not to understand what ritual is about. Do you get my point? I'm not saying I'm on the side of the mushriks. What they do is an invention from their hadith books. But please, don't just go out of your naivety. You go and take lexicons, make up words and meanings, and then you go start saying things and say, oh, I think this is blue and black. No, don't do that, please. God is cautioning you and I. Do not pursue that of which you have no knowledge. If you have knowledge, then yes, you should prove your points by knowledge. Yes. If you have a different perspective, fine. That's no problem. But if you go and be pointing fingers at other people just because they differ from yours, then it means you have a problem. And also, when you want to convince other family members to accept your theory, please make sure you are very, very deep in what you do. You are endowed with the knowledge that you can actually answer the questions when you are being asked. And I keep saying, instead of telling somebody you are wrong or right, don't do that. Just ask them a series of questions which challenges their belief, right? So that they might be able to see the lapses in their own logic in order to come to their own realizations independently. This is what you do to people. Don't just go straight forward and tell somebody you are wrong or you are right. No, don't do that. Right? Ask people questions. And this is why, babashuaib, I give people the chance to ask me questions. The truth doesn't mind being questioned, but the falsehood will always be scared of being questioned. I make myself available because I'm convinced with what I do and practice. Yes. And that's why when I break things down or I explain myself on things, the mushriks, they are confused. They are like, this guy is trying to be smart. What do you want me to be? To be like a fool? Because you are a fool, so you want me to be like you? That you say dead scholars explain things to you? No, I can't be like you. Yes, I studied thoroughly, and I know my answers to the questions I've been asked. You really want to see him on the right path. The guy is also trying to convince you that the Quran is the right path. You guys hate that. You think he's lost, and yet you don't have knowledge. So Nouman Ali Khan is going to advise him because you need knowledge to convince somebody. Yes, you need knowledge. If you are practicing something you don't know, you can't convince anybody. So now check the answer, Nouman Ali. You want to go on stage and tell everybody his view. There's no problem with that. He wants to tell his view. That's up to you, because he cannot force people to believe him, right? He'll just say his point of view. But be rest assured, the moment you start trying to convince people to believe what you're saying, be ready to answer a lot of questions, because people will be coming back to you with questions.
Okay, he's perfectly within his rights to express his view on the religion.
Yes, so the first critical thinking logical answer Nouman Ali gave him, he is perfectly right to, express his views on the religion. Yes, you can express your view. So this is not a Salafiyya stance. A Salafi stance, they hate this. Hey, he don't speak about the religion. If he does that, kill him. Kill him. If he talks against the Sunnah, hey, kill him. So that's the Salafiyas. But Nouman Ali is an Hanafi. So the Hanafis, their approach to issues also is different. So you saw the answer he gave. He is free to express his point of view, right? Okay.
But you are within your rights to educate yourselves in proper Quran study.
You, the questioner, you are within your rights to educate yourself in proper Quran study. Do you see the point? Because if somebody comes with an intellectual argument, yours is to beef up yourself with intellect, knowledge, in order to counter. It's not about emotions, where you just say, oh, let's pray for him. I think he's possessed. I think he's going crazy. I think he's mad because he doesn't agree with us that we follow hadith. And yet your hadith books, you don't even know it. I'm serious. You don't even know the color of the book, what color it is. You don't know. So just because somebody says he doesn't want to follow the hadith, then voila, you just hate him. You see?
And to show him the wrongness of his arguments.
So you have to have knowledge. You have to have proper Quran study in order to show the other party the wrongness in his argument. I agree with you, Nouman, on this. Intellectually. Yes, I agree. And this is why, babashuaib, I go to TikTok and I open the platform. Come, let's have a discussion intellectually. Don't come with emotions. Don't come with your foolishness, with your mushrik ideology. Just come. Let's have intellectual. And let's see if you can stand the test of time. And that is why a lot of your scholars are scared of me. I'm serious. My phone number is there. I keep telling those cartoons, that caricatures, those amateurs, the amateur mushriks online who think I'm scared of you. I said my phone number is there and my inbox is there. You leave my inbox, you leave my phone number, you go on my wall page and you start calling, hey, babashuaib, I'm not scared of you. Come for a debate. First of all, who even knows you for me to come so low to your level and then come on my wall and say, hey, yes, I want to debate with you. Yeah, seriously. You are looking for babashuaib because I'm a threat, right? So now go to my inbox or call me. Let's arrange. Even Siddiq Bozo, who was arrogant, yes, he came to my inbox. That's how we did it, because I'm not scared of anybody. If you actually want to have a discussion with me, come to my inbox or call me and see if I'll run away from your call, or inbox me and see if I'll not read your message. But you guys don't go to my inbox. You don't call me. You go to my wall. You expect me to stoop so low to your level. And then, oh my God, who do you see applying for a visa in the streets? You don't apply for visa in the streets market. You go to the official place, the official point to apply. Yes, that's where they can listen to you. That's where they can take your application. So you want to find babashuaib for a dialogue. My inbox is there. My phone number is there. A lot of the people, what baffles me, the reason why I don't respond to certain people, they never even have 30 minutes to watch my video. No. They just happen to see my trending 1 minute video, and all of a sudden they say, yeah, this guy, I think he doesn't know anything. I can debate him. I can face him. Come to TikTok and see if you can face me. You think I'm joking, right? Do you know how long I've been online? I've been doing these lectures for almost 8 years now. And you think I'm a joke, right? No problem. If you are a man enough, you have balls, find my phone number and call me or inbox me. I will arrange a dialogue with you. I'll bring you live. And Danu Duruha, you know if babashuaib knows what he's talking about or not.
You don't have to, and the only way you can do that is if you educate yourselves a little bit.
So the only way you can have an intellectual discussion with somebody is when you educate yourself a little bit. Yes, I agree with you, Nouman Ali, on this. This is a wise advice.
People like that, they develop very strong views, but
Nouman Ali went ahead to say people like that, they develop very strong views. Yes, He knows. They develop very strong views because the point of views we present to the table is very strong. It's not a cheap argument. Even the intellectuals among them can see the wisdom and the insight in those arguments we present. Yes. But the point is, because they know if the majority should start agreeing with us, they, the scholars, will be in danger because they have to do further explanations. Yes. Because a lot of the questions you have, the scholars don't have answers. I'm serious. They are only using authority to impose things on you, just like the issue about music is haram. They are using authority only to impose it on you. Do you see? Yeah, Terves, Alpha. Yeah. You understand? They use their authority to impose. It's not like they have answers to all the questions you want to ask. No, they don't. Okay.
When they, and the dictionary is clearly not enough.
And the dictionary is clearly not enough. I agree with you, Nouman Ali. The dictionary is clearly not enough when you are dealing with a grammatical aspect of a language. Dictionary is not enough. It doesn't mean dictionary is not needed. It will be needed along the way, but it is not enough. You need to first know the structure of the language first before you apply dictionary. Yes, because in some words we might be loss of meanings. We might be loss of meaning, so we have to go to the dictionary to find the meanings, and then we can check the timeline and the archives of that word or the language, or we can say etymology. Of that particular word, how it evolved and how it changed, how the meaning evolved with time. So like that.
To study the Quran. Okay.
Yes, to study the Quran. So dictionary is clearly not enough to study the Quran. I agree with you, Nouman Ali, on this. It's clearly not enough. If you want to stick to only dictionary to understand the Quran, there will be a problem. I'm serious. That I agree.
And what's he going to do with so many places in the Quran which are saying opposite things?
So now Nouman Ali brought up an interesting point. What is he going to do about which so many points in the Quran which are saying opposite things? And it happens in Quran. You see things which are being said in opposite ways, and it's not only the dictionary that can help you on that. No.
That we understand through context, in context and historical context.
That we understand through context. He says through context and then historical context. When they say historical context, they use hadith books. But the Quran on its own is based on history. We have the history of Ibrahim, history of Musa, history of Isa, history of Yusuf. When we say history, they are stories. His story. Somebody's perspective of a story about something or about somebody. So when you take the Quran, you are reading the story of Ibrahim according to God. You are reading the story of Jesus according to God. You are reading the story of Moses according to God. So this is history. And that's why we have Surah Al-Qasas. You understand? That is the story. It talks about Musa alayhi salam. It is history. Do you understand? So historical context is still found in the Quran. Quran speaks for itself. So when we say historical context, we are not saying go outside the Quran for historical context. Babashuaib, God being gracious and merciful to me, I've been able to translate the Quran fully. And my Quran is up for grabs. It's available. You can go to thegreatquran.com. Thanks to Brother Mohammed, who helped me set up the page, right? And the PDF is available. The hardcover is available. By the way, for those who need hardcover version, the new stock is coming in by the end of this month, right? So for those who want to pre-order, you can pre-order before it comes by the end of this month. But yes, the PDF version is available. You have direct contact with me. I can give it to you. The web page is available, thegreatquran.com, right? The Great Quran with the K.com. It's available free. Go and check it.
And it's necessary to understand the placement.
Yeah, it is necessary to understand the placement. Just like I just explained to you, the history is found in the Quran, not outside the Quran. If you take the historical evidences from the hadith books, you'll be confused. Seriously, just like even this guy, Dr. Hani, I've seen him doing that. He agrees with some hadiths. Yes, I have the video. I played it. That's why he got angry. He says he takes some historical evidences from the hadiths in the light of the Quran, and that's a problem there.
So I think the idea behind it is the Quran is supposed to be simple. So
The idea behind it is that the Quran is supposed to be simple. That's what Nouman is saying, that he thinks that's what the Quran followers say, right? Thank you, the King of Truth. That is a web page on TikTok. The King of Truth just tagged it on the pinned it up there. It will last there for 1 minute, then it will disappear. So that's the greatquran.com. You can reach it.
everyone should figure it out for themselves.
So some of the Quran alone followers will say everyone should figure it out for themselves, which shouldn't be the case like that. That's why you should try your best to be in a group study. Have a group study. You understand? وَفَوْقَ كُلِّ ذِي عِلْمٍ عَلِيمٍ. Above every possessor of knowledge, there's one who is all knowing, and we know God is above us all. So somebody can be more knowledgeable than you are. So try to be in a group setting where you can learn from each other. There are certain things you can't just concord for yourself or bring your own understanding just like that to it. No, it doesn't work. Quran is not a book of opinions, right? It's a book supposed to give you the truth, so not opinions.
And that's an extreme that improper knowledge.
Thank you, Nouman Ali. He said, I will want everybody to be able to understand the Quran for themselves, but with proper knowledge. That I agree with you 100%, Nouman Ali, on this. Proper knowledge. And that is why one of the reasons why babashuaib, I do my lectures and I give people references and evidences where they can go and study for themselves. That is a way to teach people to become better than what they were. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but that means you guys are going to have to educate yourselves a lot better.
Yeah.
So you see the answer Nouman Ali Khan gave. So it is not talking against the guy's father or uncle or something. He's telling them, you, the opposition to the guy, you guys have to educate yourselves a lot better. Yes, it's about knowledge. It's about intellect. It is not about, oh, this my family doesn't follow the hadith anymore, so I hate them. No, I think they are possessed. I think, no. This is an intellectual argument. The person says, I don't believe in hadith. Then you ask them why. Then they can explain. Because this, A, Y, Z. Yeah, because they want to study for themselves and know. Why do you go against them? You hate them just because of that. Why? Yes, Ola, I'll get back to you. No problem. I'll get back to you.
He tried to that he's.
Then the guy is saying, my father also tried to convince him and then try to show him some facts. What facts from what? Hadith? How? What facts? Facts from the Quran that he is wrong. Which fact? How can a sectarian actually show me a verse from the Quran which takes me out of the Quran? How? Let it make sense to me. How is it possible that a sectarian will show me a verse from the Quran which will take me outside the Quran? How? Let it make sense.
Wrong, but that there is a lot of more thing in the Quran that he doesn't understand.
Yeah, that can be a fact. Your uncle or your family, your relative might there could be a lot of things in the Quran that he doesn't understand. Yes, because knowledge doesn't come at once in a day. It goes gradually. So then there are certain things whilst you keep studying, then the knowledge is building up. That's how you study.
But he's in his late 70s. People are a little bit stubborn in this. If they already.
This is an insult to people who are 70 years old. You are saying people are a little bit stubborn. What about the youth? What about people in their 20s? What about teenagers? What do you mean stubborn? People are really, really stubborn in 70s. Look at an insult. You tell me, when is it that people are not stubborn? You tell me at which age people are not stubborn. When you refuse to be silent, people say you are violent. When people are intellectually proving their point, a lot of people will say you are stubborn. You understand? Because you don't just agree with the majority. So at which age is not a stubborn age? You tell me. The teens, yeah, somebody just said, Abdullah Abbas. Teens are even worse. when it comes to stubbornness. Yes, teens, the teenagers and the teens, they are the worst when it comes to stubbornness. So 70 years and you are calling him stubborn? Huh?
They have since 5
Yeah, and
years.
when did this start?
5 years ago.
What happened 5 years ago?
He joined some kind of group here.
He says 5 years ago, this man who is 70 years joined some kind of group. So he's going to talk about the Quran alone group. Yeah.
He got to meet wrong people.
He got to meet wrong people. Which people are the right ones? The mushriks? Seriously. He met wrong people. How? How did he meet wrong people? I was watching this one, a program where somebody called somebody on the phone. And then they are talking and it says, oh, sorry, wrong number. And then the person said, what do you mean wrong number? My number is correct. You called. You say wrong number. How is it wrong number? He says, okay, wrong person. How is it wrong person? You called me. I'm talking to you. You say wrong person. So let it make sense. When you say he met the wrong people, what do you mean by that? Which people are the right people? The hadiths used, the ones who want to promote pedophilia. Which one? You can't be serious.
You can say that.
Yeah. Yeah, this might be more an emotional issue than
For
an
my father
intellectual one.
especially.
You see, Nouman Ali just gave up. This has to be more emotionally issue than an intellectual one. Yes, because this person, the questions you are asking Nouman, you are being emotional. This is about intellect. You can't face is it your uncle? You can't face that family member who is 70 years old with intellect because he's intellectually inclined. So you are dealing with emotions.
Yeah. Inshallah. All the best to you guys. Make a dua for him, inshallah.
Okay.
So Nouman Ali said, just make a dua for him. He thought Nouman Ali Khan will help him and say, hey, come, let's go and face him. Let's go and face your uncle. Yes, I want to face him. Yeah, who is that? The Quranist guy. I want to face him. Bring him. Yes. No, Nouman Ali doesn't have that time. He will never even allow to do direct discussion on that. Yeah, this Nouman Ali will just make a video and throw. He will never even accept to. You don't worry. At the right time, I will extend to Nouman Ali. And let's see if you want to have discussion someday with correctional officer. These people, they will tell me, oh, you don't have a large fan base. So we are waiting for you to have a large fan base before we have discussion with you. No problem. The right time will come. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the video concerning Nouman Ali Khan, right, that I played. Let me put my phone number. You can call before I end the program. So I played two videos on Nouman Ali Khan. Yeah, I played 2 videos on Nouman Ali Khan. And you saw the first video, how he was using his critical thinking ability concerning the hadith, concerning if music is haram. Then the second one was talking about somebody coming to report their family member as to be following the Quran alone, right? So this is his answer to the person concerning the relative. But what you need to know is, like I keep saying, people will not be okay with you the moment you stop following the majority. People will find you weird. They might call you crazy. They might stop talking to you because you just don't agree with the majority. So they'll find you something of a rejected type of person. It happened with the issue of the vaccine. Same issue when the coronavirus issue spread and the people were taking the vaccines. When you refuse to take a vaccine, they will call you the anti-vaxxer. And then they try to, put you in the segregated zone, avoid you and so on. A lot of people will stop talking to you. They'll call you stupid even. They'll call you stupid, yeah. So this is how the world is. So when you don't agree with the majority, you will always be sidelined. So the moment, if you are a Quran alone follower, try to find yourself groups in the groups, right? Find it could be WhatsApp group, Telegram groups. Join, even if it's on Facebook, just join. You can be learning something from there. But however, be careful the way you take, up lessons from people, especially people who cannot show you their faces. Be careful if you are taking their evidences from them. People you don't know their personality, you don't know who they are, you don't know if they can justify what they say publicly. Please be careful. When they speak about issues, be careful. If you just take those kind of things they tell you and then you put it on yourself, it becomes a problem, because a lot of people are there to mislead. When the devil said he will mislead people, he didn't say he will go to the clubs or the bar and places. He will be on the straight path, meaning he will come to you direct where you are taking your guidance from. That is where the devil will chase you. So my phone number is on the page. I think I can give some 10 to 15 minutes time. People can call before I end the program. I'll be going to TikTok to stay a bit before I end. For those who are saying you need babashuaib for a dialogue, for debate, if you are an amateur or whatever you are, kindly inbox me. Or that is my correctional officer's phone number on the page. You can send me a message. Yeah, send me a voice message or send me a message. I'll get back to you. We will arrange. I'll bring you live. Yes, I'll bring you live. Don't worry, I'll bring you. But don't go to my comment section and then call me my attention there. I don't have time for that. I'm serious. I'm not a fool like you. If you are a fool, just go to the comment section and write your gibberish. I don't have time for that. I can only banter with you there. But if you are serious enough, you know my inbox and you know my phone number. Inbox me, send me a message. Then we can arrange, which means I will know your IQ is even working. I can take you seriously when you approach me like that. But if you go to the comment section and say, babashuaib, I dare you, come and face me debate. First of all, nobody knows you. For me to say I'm coming to face you. The Prince Mushrik you put out there to come and do videos against me, when I call him for debate, he was running. I'm serious. I send him a message, come for a dialogue. He was running away. No, he didn't. But he is still doing videos on me. You see the irony? How hypocritical they can be. They are scared. They are rather scared of the dialogues and the debates. But then they will say, babashuaib is scared. My number is there. You leave my number, you go to the comment section. Is that not foolishness? Huh? That's foolishness. Do you see the point? Let me call this person back so that I can put it on the mic here. I call you back right now. There's a caller calling. Let me see. Can you call again? A caller just called me right now. Can you call back again? Whoever called, can you call again? How come I don't see your call here?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Wait, I don't know if the people can hear you. Let me try to connect. I'm trying to see your number here. Let me see if it appears here. Then I put it on speaker. I don't see. Send me a message. Just hang up the call. Send me hi so that I can call you back. People can hear the call directly. Write me hi. Just write hi so I can put it on speaker. Yes, I see you. Yes, hello.
Do you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly. Your name and where you're
How are
calling.
you?
I'm good. Your name and where
Yeah,
you're
I'm
calling
Chano.
from.
I'm from Senegal. Yeah, I'm Chano. I'm Chano. I'm from Senegal.
Cheno from Senegal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. How may I help you, Cheno?
Yeah. Firstly, I want to say thanks about. Do you hear me?
I can hear you fully.
Okay. So I want to say thanks about the work that you do. It's very valuable.
Thank you.
I'm very, very happy speaking with you.
I appreciate that.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
And this question is I don't know if you do a separate video about it.
Okay.
Or somewhere that I can see it. So if I can see the response about this question, I will say, okay, I will just go watch the video. But it is about it's about the way that like the way that you are doing dawah, just the way that you are doing lectures.
Okay.
It's kind of, it's very valuable, but sometimes I see you are, maybe using strong words toward people.
Give me give me example of the word I use.
Fool.
What is the meaning of a fool?
What is the meaning of a fool?
Yes, what is the meaning of it?
A fool.
Yeah. What is the meaning?
I don't have the specific
It means somebody who lacks good judgment. Somebody who doesn't have a good judgment is called a fool.
Okay, so okay.
Okay, so where is the insult?
So it can be perceived as an insult.
Okay, so if I'm talking to somebody, let me help you out. If I'm talking about somebody who doesn't have good judgment and he's trying to emphasize his point as if it is a good judgment, what should I call that person?
I don't think that maybe you can if you can call him a fool if you want if you want.
So that is why I use the word fool. Yes, but if it's a fool, I say a fool.
So that's a good answer.
Okay,
that's a good answer. So and I don't understand sometimes why you are saying that the book of the Sunni book or the Shia book are maybe garbage book. I don't understand why you use certain term. I'm like,
do you know the meaning of garbage?
Garbage.
Yeah.
Is something that a garbage is something that's have to be disposable.
Okay, so according to the Quran says, "Famaza ba'dal haqq illa al-dalal." Quran chapter 10 verse 32. It says, "What is there after the truth?" The Quran is the truth. So God says, "Famaza ba'dal haqq illa dalal." There is nothing after the truth except error. So everything after the truth which comes, it's full of error. So if it is error, it's garbage. And when we say garbage, it's a worthless message, something which is useless.
Something that is
useless.
That is useless.
Yes.
Okay.
So
okay.
to them, it might not be garbage, but if I'm talking to me, it's garbage.
Okay. So, but don't you see that if a person comes to you and want to, and want to learn about you, and it kind of and you tell him that okay, his book is garbage. Do you see that it's kind of strong word to use, or it is for you appropriate words?
Now you say if I tell him his book is garbage.
Yeah, and if you tell him if you tell him that okay, his book is garbage. What he's believing is garbage. It is not a strong kind of a strong word to use.
Let me give you the example. If I'm using, let's say I'm using iPhone 14, for example. Let's say I'm using iPhone 14. Let's say I'm using iPhone 14, and then you bring me Nokia 3310. You know Nokia 3310?
Yeah.
So if I'm using iPhone 14, and then you bring me Nokia 3310 as a gift, is it not garbage?
Mm-hmm. No, I won't use the word garbage for that.
You might not use, but to me it's garbage.
So for you, garbage when you are saying the other books that they are garbage.
Garbage is something worthless. Listen, garbage, it only means something worthless, something which is useless. Mm-hmm. It's worthless. That's what it means. It's useless, worthless. That is garbage. The reason why we throw away garbages is because they are useless. But when you throw garbage, don't people go and take it and use it?
Yeah, true.
Yes. So if they want to use it, that's up to them. But to me, it's garbage. How can I stop saying it's garbage? It's garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
get the
I
logic?
can,
Everything I say,
no,
I
no,
can
no,
justify with logic.
I do understand your position.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
my
I do
point.
understand.
That's my point. It's not like I'll go and sit in front of a scholar, like a popular scholar or an elder, then I tell him, why are you following garbage books? No, I will not tell him that way. But I'm doing a video. So I'm explaining to the people so that they can understand my point. The reason why I say it's garbage is useless, it's worthless. God says don't use it. So why should I even respect that book? Tell me. If God already is telling you reject that, why should I respect that? Something God is telling I should reject. Okay, tell me. Do you respect the devil?
No, I'm not respecting the devil.
Why?
Yeah, because what he did, the bad thing that he do for in the world, and yeah.
Thank you. Plus, God asked you to reject the devil, right?
Yeah.
So if still now we can even say the devil is garbage, can't we say that? So to me, same way that book they have, that's the same classification. Is the garbage to me because God says I should reject that. For after God and His verses, which hadith will they believe? So I don't believe that those garbage.
Okay. Can I maybe put a verse of the Quran maybe?
Yes, you can.
Maybe because I got an interpretation.
Okay,
when I say,
yeah.
Can I go chapter 6 verse 108?
Chapter 6 verse 108. Yes, thank you. I know about that verse, but let's talk. Do you want me to put it on the screen?
I just want to your perspective, because in my perspective, I will tell about.
Do you want me to put it on the screen?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, so let me.
Everybody can benefit from.
Don't worry. Let me put it on the screen so people can see what you want to.
Yeah.
People to see. So let me put it on the screen. Just a second. Yeah. I put it big enough.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Yeah.
Okay, now tell me what you want to say.
So so in this in this verse, God says that many things, but he started by saying that to not insult those they invoke besides gods.
Thank you.
Then they will insult. Okay.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. So then they will insult God in enmity without knowledge. Okay. So for me, I'm just saying that when I see a Sunni or a Shia or anybody, or maybe a Hindu or anybody, I don't have I don't have to come and insult or talk badly about what they believe.
That's not what the verse says.
Okay, insult. I'm just sticking with insult. Okay.
So you are only basing your issue on the insult.
Okay.
But it has nothing to do with this verse.
It has nothing to do with this verse.
Yeah, this verse, no.
Okay. Well, yeah, enlighten me, please.
Okay.
Please.
The verse says, and do not insult those they invoke, meaning they are idols. They idolize somebody. So for instance, if somebody invokes Jesus, I don't need to insult Jesus. If somebody idolizes Mohammed, I don't need to insult Mohammed. Do you get my point?
Okay.
So do not insult those they invoke besides God. Then if you do that, they will insult God in enmity without knowledge. So it's talking about those they invoke.
So for clarification, the dose that they invoke, it have to be a person. It is not about to be a book or something like that.
Who invokes a book?
So a book.
Which of the people I am attacking invokes a book? Now tell me, which of the Sunnis or Shia, is it a book they invoke?
So okay. So sometimes they say in Sahih Bukhari, or sometimes they say in. So yeah. So I'm just asking. Do you don't think that it is about, is they are not invoking a book?
We don't invoke a book, brother. We don't. Is it your name is Chene or what? What did you say your name is?
Cherno.
Cheno. We don't invoke a book. You invoke idols. You invoke things who you worship. The Sunnis, they don't worship a book. They don't worship. They don't even invoke a book. They invoke, you know.
So why do you? No, I'm sorry. I'm just asking. So why do you call them mushrikun if they have idols? So which are their idols? If it is not the book that they follow or the hadith that they follow.
No. Let me tell you how they are mushriks.
I'm just asking.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thanks.
Quran chapter 42 verse 21. God says, "Am lahum shuraka shara'u lahum min ad-din ma lam yazanu bihi Allah." Are you listening?
Okay.
Quran chapter 42 verse
Yes,
21. God says, do they have idols who have legislated for them of a deen to which God has not authorized? So in their religion, somebody who gives them legislation is Imam Bukhari. Like somebody like Sahih Bukhari. When they go to the books, the one who wrote Sahih Bukhari is the one giving them legislation. So as far as I check, these people are not even worshiping Imam Bukhari. Do they worship Bukhari?
No, okay, bon.
So I didn't even insult Imam Bukhari. I never insulted Imam Bukhari.
No, you don't.
Okay, so that's the point.
I'm not saying that you are insulting.
So
yeah.
Good. So I'm helping you to understand the verse. It's the verse you quoted. So I want you to understand the verse. I know about this verse.
I do understand it, and I'm just saying that when you go and you say that when I criticize the book or the idea or something that kind of symbolize, I insult it, something that kind of symbolize the idea and the feelings and what the person is saying. Don't you think that I'm in retrospect insulting that the person?
That's not their idol. Look, if you ask every hadith follower, ask them if they worship the book or if their idol is the book. Ask them. If you ask them, do you worship the book?
They don't admit that their idols is they're not admitting that they're following idols.
Yeah, okay, fine. They don't admit. So if then I'm condemning the book. What is their problem?
Okay, so my problem is it's not a problem. It's just a way that I see many people do. Okay, so it's not and in many branches of Islam, every time they do the same thing. Okay, I got the truth, and they say, okay, I want to expose the truth. I want to do it, and sometimes they kind of they are speaking not, you know, my English is not very good, I'm sorry. So I'm saying that they are speaking they are using very strong words, and I'm saying that I think that when you convey a message, you have to convey it in the best way possible. Okay, so that's what I think. So I'm I think
what is the best way possible?
Can you maybe go to chapter 20 verse 44? Yeah,
20 verse 44.
So I'm sorry that I'm taking your time right now.
No, you are not taking. Don't worry, you are not taking my time.
Thanks, man.
I want to help the audience to understand because it's something people are thinking also. So I want to get people to get the clarity.
You can.
So this is
I can,
Quran chapter 20, verse 44, concerning Prophet Musa and his brother going to Pharaoh. So now, what is your point?
So so what I'm saying is, when I see this verse, I'm saying, okay, Pharaoh is the most despicable person ever for me.
For who?
For me.
Okay, for you.
Me.
For you. Okay.
For me. Okay. It is one of the most despicable person for me because of the fact that when he when the magician wanted to believe to Moses, he said to them, why are you believing to what he said? And he said that I will cut your hand. I will do it. Is pure tyranny. I don't like tyranny. So that's my point. So when I go into this verse, he says, and speak to him a gentle speech, perhaps he will take heed or fear. So I'm saying that
did he wait. When God told him to speak with a gentle speech, did he fear God? Did Pharaoh fear God?
No.
Did he take heed?
No.
What difference does it make? Tell me.
So that perhaps it is. I'm just saying that it is a blueprint.
But what difference does it make? Did it make a difference? Tell me.
A difference about the way that the messenger,
the outcome. Yes, the outcome. Did they make any difference?
No. Sometimes I'm just saying that sometimes you will speak to a person.
Let me tell you why he was asked. Let me help you out, because I don't want you to take much time explaining things.
No problem.
Who took care of Musa till he grew up?
Who take care of Musa?
Yes.
The house of Pharaoh and Nespa.
Just make it simple. Pharaoh took care of him till he grew up.
Where is the
so
house?
Pharaoh is more like a father to him.
Yeah.
So how do you speak to your father? God says we shouldn't say to our parents, oof, we shouldn't raise our voice on our parents. Didn't he say that?
Yeah.
So the one who take care of you, why will you go speaking with a harsh tone?
So okay. So if I understand, you understand this verse that it is because that is in commerce Moses paternal father, that Moses have to speak to him in a gentle speech. It is not about the the status of Moses. That is a messenger you have when you are conveying a message. That's the way that I interpret.
Where in the Quran? Where in the Quran did God ever say such a statement to any messenger in the Quran? Show me. Do you have any verse in the Quran where God ever said this same statement to any messenger?
The same statement to any messenger?
Yes. No. Okay. Did you see how Moses spoke to the Queen of Sheba and the people of Sheba? Did you see? How Suleiman? Did you see how he spoke to them?
Yeah.
Was it the same as the way Moses was speaking to Pharaoh?
No.
Thank you. Let me tell you how the truth sounds. The truth doesn't matter whether it's loud or gentle. It is the same impact. If a person decides not to agree with you, they will never agree with you. If you like, say it's in the romantic way you like. If they don't agree with you, they will never agree with you. Let me give you an example, Brother Cheno. If somebody's ugly, let me tell you one thing. If you like, try it with a woman. If you know a lady in your area, try it and see. If she's ugly, I'm just saying, hypothetically, don't go and do it, but I'm just saying, if she's ugly, you can stand far away. If you like, stand far away and tell her, you are ugly. and just shout, "You are ugly."
Mhm.
You see that word ugly? Or if you like,
Mhm.
come closer to her. Go closer,
Mhm.
very, very, very closer to her, to her ears. Go to next to her ears and tell her,
Mhm.
"You are very ugly." And see if there's a difference. The difference even is you get a slap.
Mhm.
Yes, when you are far away and you shout, that's one because you are far away, she might not slap you. When you are next to her and you say it gently, if you like, say it gently, "You are very ugly," I swear to God, she'll slap you.
Okay.
The difference I'm trying to let you understand is that they said bitter truth is better than sugar-coated lies. If you're telling the truth, it doesn't matter whether you say it gently or you say it loudly, it's still the truth. The impact of the truth is what matters. It is not about, oh, say it gently. I can still call somebody a fool, but I can say it gently. "Oh, you are a fool."
Yeah.
So God only told Moses to speak gentle. It's just speak gentle. He didn't say speak to him respectfully or you speak to him. No.
Okay. So you say that in this verse, gently is just a tone.
Yes,
It's not
it's
like
a tone.
respectful.
A tone. When you are speaking to your parent, you have to have a gentle tone. It's just a gentle tone. You speak to a parent, like my mother, my father, or an elder. You speak to them gently. You don't want to be in a rush, like the way you speak to each other with your friends. That's just the point. But it doesn't mean if somebody is a fool, I cannot call them a fool. If somebody is a mushrik, look, Quran chapter 109, Surah Al-Kafirun. Do you know how God asked the prophet to call the people? He called them, Ya ayyuha al-kafirun. Yeah. So if I am calling somebody mushrik and still somebody is thinking, oh, why is babashuaib calling them mushrik? No, it's not good. It's not good. According to who, it's not good. How? According to who?
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, I do understand. Yeah, I do understand.
No,
that
you see, brother, I understand your point. You see,
Yeah,
your opinion and your point, I understand you. And I agree with you. But we are not all the same, right? Sometimes some people do things we might not feel like. If you cannot do it, doesn't mean I cannot do it. I do everything justified from the Quran. I'm not here to play games or joke with the people's conscience. Everything I do, I can justify. So you don't worry about me calling people fools or mushriks. You list if you want to take the good part of my message, take the good part. Leave the foolish side and everything for me. Let me deal with the mushriks.
No problem.
You hear?
No problem for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I did hear it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you to you too. I appreciate your for calling. We keep in touch again. Thank you. Peace.
Salam. Yeah. God bless you.
God bless you too. Yes. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, I think I will have to bring the topic to an end, right? The caller called from Senegal. I'm actually happy people now are playing a role in my program from all the corners of the world. And he seemed to show his concern, which I agree with him. Yes, sometimes it's not every time I can be harsh. For those who watch my video, sometimes I can be a bit, jovial and so on. But the truth is, if you are a fool, I have to tell you are a fool. I'm not insulted. I don't just put video here and just say things to people. No, it is usually people who don't know the position I'm speaking from. That's who show their emotions, and then they think, babashuaib, you have to reduce this, you have to stop saying this, you have to so the point is, look, I rest my case. That is just the point I give you. So if you think babashuaib is wrong with what I'm doing, simple, come and prove to me with a verse. And if you can convince me with a verse, I stop what I'm doing. I will not call anybody mushrik or a fool. Quran chapter 7 verse 155. Moses called some of the people among his people. He called them, God, are you going to annihilate it because of what the foolish people among us have done? Moses, Quran chapter 7 verse 155. He called some of the people among them foolish people. Right? Because they were fools. They were worshiping the calf, the golden calf. That's foolish thing to do. If you don't want to be told a fool, don't do foolish thing. Yes, and if you don't want to be called a mushrik, stop the shirk. Stop associating the garbage books with the book of God. It's never an insult. But because people are emotional, that's why they think I'm insulting people. Do you think if I'm insulting people, I'll be convincing the masses who are now agreeing with the things I say? Yes, because mostly people, mushriks, think I'm insulting my audience. That's what they think. Yes, Liman Imrana, that's true. They can't. And that's why my phone number, look, that is my phone number on the page for those on TikTok and YouTube. Give it to the scholars, the mushrik. Tell them, babashuaib, say, call me. They don't call. It is only on my wall. They will insult me and then they will stand far away, make videos. I am giving you the privilege the other scholars don't give you. Call me. I will arrange with you. Why are you scared? Okay, I'm going to TikTok. Oh yeah. Follow me. Let's go to TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing this topic to an end. Let's go to TikTok. Mushriks, I'm there. Come. I will pick up your request. You say I'm scared. Come. Oh yeah, let's go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is babashuaib, the correctional officer. This is today's program. 2 hours, 30 minutes will be too long. I might trim the greetings part before I leave it on YouTube. So I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Next week, I might be doing a video on Mahdi. There's a guy called Mahdi. He's Mahdi. He's saying he's the new Mahdi and so on, right? I'll be doing a video on him, God willing, next week. Yes, so keep your fingers crossed. It's going to be very, very tantalizing. It will be tantalizing. I say tantalizing. So keep your fingers crossed. God willing, inshallah, next week, Wednesday. Make a date with me. We meet next week. I appreciate your support. Thank you, all of you. I see you, Abdul Samad, Abdullah Abbas, Abu Thomas, Hannah Banana, Sister Khadija, my mom. I appreciate your presence. Yes. S. Faraj. Yes, on all of you. I appreciate those. I can mention those. Nara Power, I see you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Liman Imrana, I see you. God bless you, bro. Yes, so this is where I bring the topic to an end. I'm going to the TikTok. This is where I give the mushriks the chance. So if you are a mushrik, please, Facebook, YouTube, I'm done. Come to the TikTok. If you are a mushrik, you are invited. Come. So let's see if babashuaib is running away. Come, let's check and see. Oh yeah. Till we meet again, this is where I will say shalom to you all. Peace.